Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you today about the differences between Google Calendar and Outlook. We're going to start comparing Outlook first because that is what we had been using in the past for our calendars. So I'll give you a brief overview of what things looked like within Outlook and then how that compares to the new platform that we're using, which is Google. So in Outlook, you can share calendars with other people within our domain. You can also give the link to other people, and you can make your calendar public as well. You can add appointments or meetings to your calendar. Appointments would be something that is just you specifically, and meetings would be where you could then invite other people to also come to your event as well. You can attach files to your event, so you can add any sort of PDF or document that you need to. And you can also schedule a video meeting, which would be considered a conference call. To access Outlook, you had to be on a computer where Outlook was installed, or you would download the mobile app as well. Now, our school computers, you could have accessed Outlook from home through the school website, but now using Google, as you will see, that is not an issue anymore. With Google Calendars, since we are a Google school, we're transitioning over to Gmail, and this can now be synced up with Google Calendars. You can have multiple calendars, as you're going to see here in a minute when I demonstrate. Within your main calendar web page, you can have multiple calendars that you can turn on and off. You can share and sync these calendars with anyone. So you can share an event with someone on that calendar, or you could share the entire calendar with that person. You can set reminders. So when an event is getting ready to occur, you can have a preset reminder for you so you don't forget about a meeting or an important document that's due soon. You can send invitations and attach documents just like you could in Outlook, but now since we're using the Google interface, this is a little bit easier because we can attach a Google Doc straight into the meeting agenda, and then throughout the meeting then you can be in the Google Doc editing and adding information that is being said during the meeting. You can also block off a time for appointment slots where you can show other people that you would be available during this time to meet, and people can set up appointments with you. And you can access Google Calendars from any device that has internet access. And the best part of all is that Google Calendars is free. We don't have to have the Microsoft Outlook license for our calendars anymore. It's all free within the Google interface. The Outlook calendar view, you can set it up multiple ways. You can view it by day, work week, which would be Monday through Friday, the full week, month, or schedule view. So right now the image that I have up here is based on a full week, and you can see different events and appointments that are occurring in that week. The Google Calendar looks very similar. I think it is a little clearer, a little bit more simplified, but again, you can change your view to either be day, the full week, the month, 4 days, or agenda view, which shows a listing of all of your events throughout a time period. Again, very similar to Outlook, but I tend to use the month view on mine a lot, just so I can see out ahead. Sometimes I use the week view if I see that there's a lot of events going on, that there's too many and they're all cramped into one box. The week view kind of spreads it out a little bit and makes it easier to see. So in conclusion, both calendars are very similar and offer good qualities. Me in particular, and with our school setting, I like Google Calendars simply because since we're now a Google school, everything syncs together very nicely and allows us all to collaborate, and we can send reminders to each other and send invites within Google Calendar, and then it sends an invite to our email. So it just works really nicely together and allows for easy event creation. So now we're going to take a look at how we can use Google Calendar to create an event, to send an invite to somebody, and even create our own calendar. Here is what my school calendar looks like. And like I said before, typically I leave it in the month view. Occasionally, if the week gets really crazy and there's lots of events, like here I see +4 more, +3 more, I will change it over to the week view, and I can see exactly what's going on week by week and see all of the events that are occurring throughout the day, compared to with the month view. They're all jammed into one little tiny box. You can click on where it says 3 more or 2 more, and you can see your schedule throughout the day. But again, sometimes it's just nice to show it in terms of the full week view, and it makes everything a little bit bigger. So first of all, as you notice over on the left-hand side, you can see my calendars. Now, yours might look a little different than mine. Everybody's can look different, and that's fine. I have all of my Google Classroom calendars here. Currently, they are turned off. If you don't see the colored box highlighted when you're not hovering over it, that means the calendar is turned off, and then your events will not occur and not appear over in your actual calendar. So since I have so many calendars, I turn mine on and off all the time. I also have all of our Chromebook carts. I'm the one that's in charge of the Chromebook carts as far as scheduling and creating the calendars, so they have shown up in my calendars. Now when I sent you the invite, yours would show up down in other calendars, and then you could add that to your calendars as well. So they'll first show up down here, and then you could add them up here if you see fit. So I have all the calendars. The MS1 is our 5th grade cart, MS2 is 6th grade. I keep those turned off because I'm a 7th grade teacher, so I don't really need to see those unless the 7th grade cart is booked and I need to use it. I'll turn those on to see if another cart is available. But typically I just leave MS3 on, and then our extra cart, the 411 cart, is also turned on as well. If I want to create an event, so let's say for tomorrow I want to reserve our Chromebook cart, I go over here. I notice that in blue it says that Mr. Little is using the Chromebook cart, and I know it is this MS Lab 411 because it's the cart that's in blue. If I were to turn that off, his notification, his event disappears, so I know that that is the Chromebook cart for that particular event. So I now know that in yellow there's no event going on Monday, November 7th, and that's the cart I would want to reserve. So a couple ways you can do this. One, you can click on the day, or you can come over here. I always like to click on the drop down bar for the particular cart since there's so many that I have. You can then go into and create an event on this calendar, and then I put my name and then the periods that I want to use the cart for. And then you can also change and make it on a certain day. So I'm going to change, it came up as November 7th, so that's good. And then I change my time to 7:30, which is the start of school. And then I'm going to just take this all the way down to 2:30, the end of school. Since I have these specific periods up here, everyone will know that those are the periods I need it for, and periods 3 and 6 are available if anybody needs it. So instead of creating multiple events, I'll just reserve it for the whole day, but then you can look at the periods to see which periods are available for anyone else to use. It's not going to be an all-day event. All day would be from midnight to midnight the next day. And I don't need to repeat it, so I don't have to click on that. If I wanted to repeat, you could select weekly, monthly. You can change the frequency, and you can click when you want it to start and when you want it to end. But I don't need to repeat this event. This is a one-time event. Where you can include a location, but I've included that in my event title. So I put my last name here. Everyone will know then the Chromebooks would be in my room. I can double check here it's on the correct cart and it's created by me. You can add a description. Typically I don't add a description for reserving the Chromebook carts. If it was a different type of meeting, for example an IEP meeting, I could do that, but I don't put a description on the Chromebook cart reservations. And then the event color is yellow. It matches up with the color that I have currently set to that specific cart. And then you can show me as available or busy. You can pick either one. I pick busy because obviously I'm in class, I'm teaching, I'm not going to be available to do anything else. And then the visibility, I always keep it as calendar default, and that will allow everybody that is in that group that I've shared with to see that that cart is not available during that time. I don't have to add any guests for this particular event because the calendar has already been shared with everyone. But if it was a different event, if it was a meeting, I could go in and click and I could add in their email addresses, and whoever I want to include would pop up and I can send an invite to them and they'll see that in their inbox in Gmail, and they can state whether they are free or busy. So once I have all of that, then I just hit save, and now it pops up in the day. If you go to the week view, it's also right here, so now everybody sees that that cart is taken for Monday. As far as creating a new calendar, you can go up here to create, and you would see you could create a new event in that particular fashion as well. So here you're going to have to pick your calendar. It's not completely set. It's not as straightforward as going over here and clicking on the drop-down menu. But that is another way that you can add your events. Create a whole new calendar. You can go down here to My Calendars, click on the drop-down arrow, and create a new calendar. You can title it whatever you would like to title it, and then you can also include a description. And then if you go down here, share this calendar with others, you can have them either see the event details, or you can also include other people's email addresses, and they can either make changes to events or make changes and manage sharing. For all of the Chromebook carts, I've allowed all of you to make changes to the events. So that is how you're able to go in and add events there, and we can see each other's events as well. We can see each other's Chromebook cart reservations. So you would just type in the email address of the person that you would like to share it with, and allow the figure out which permission setting you would want, and then hit add the person. You could make the calendar public if it was a non-school event, non-school calendar. You could make it public if you want to, but most of mine I either have shared with specific people or have left it just my specific calendar. What I do like is the ability to add in, I've got my grad school calendars in here, so I could turn those on as well, and I can see when assignments are due. Everything can be linked together, and I can see everything, whether it's school, home, grad school, everything is all together, integrated into one platform, so it helps me stay organized and I can see exactly what's going on in my life. Hopefully, as you start to use this more and more, you will become more comfortable with it, and it will be an organizational tool for you as well. Thanks.